The planet doesn't hate you. It doesn't even know you exist, and yet, in a single afternoon, it can erase entire cities like a careless hand wiping a table. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The deadliest disasters aren't the loudest ones. They're the ones that arrive before your brain understands what's happening. By the end of this video, you'll know why. We like to believe nature plays fair, that disasters follow rules, warnings, timelines, courtesy, but nature doesn't send invitations. It just shows up. And when it does, preparation matters more than power. That's where things get unsettling. A tsunami isn't a wave. That's the first lie. It's not a splash. It's not a crash. It's the ocean standing up and deciding to move. In 2004, the Indian Ocean shifted by a few meters. That was enough. Over 230,000 people never saw the water coming, not because they were slow, but because the human brain isn't built to recognize a horizon sprinting toward you. The water didn't kill most victims. Time did. Seconds, not minutes. That's the part no one tells you. Here's the disturbing part. Many survivors watched the ocean retreat and walked toward it because curiosity feels safer than panic. Until it isn't, we trust the ground implicitly. It's the one thing we assume won't argue back. In 1556 in Shanxi, China, the ground disagreed. An earthquake collapsed entire cave homes carved into cliffs. No fire, no flood, no warning. 830,000 people died. Not because the quake was the strongest ever, but because architecture remembered nothing about survival. Same magnitude today? Different outcome. The disaster wasn't geological. It was structural ignorance. An earthquake is like pulling a chair from under someone mid-sentence. You don't fall because gravity changed. You fall because trust did. Pompeii didn't die screaming. It suffocated. Vesuvius didn't explode in rage. It exhaled. Hot ash moved faster than sound, hotter than boiling water, and heavy enough to collapse lungs in seconds. Krakatoa, in 1883, went further. It didn't just kill nearby populations, it rewrote the sky. Global temperatures dropped. Sunsets turned blood red for years. A volcano doesn't just end lives, it edits the planet. Wind seems harmless until it organizes. In 1970, the Bola cyclone hit Bangladesh. The storm surge was quiet. The warnings were late. 500,000 people died not because the wind was violent, but because water doesn't negotiate. Storms kill poorest regions hardest, not because nature targets them, because infrastructure is destiny. Fire used to need permission. Now it takes initiative. Mega fires in Australia and California behave less like flames and more like living systems, creating their own winds, their own weather, their own logic. You don't outrun these fires. You escape them early or not at all. Cold doesn't chase you. It convinces you to stop moving. During the Soviet famine of 1932-33, millions died not from drama, but from slow biological shutdown. Cold steals calories, then coordination, then consciousness. No panic, no heroics, just silence. Drought doesn't look cinematic. That's why it wins. No explosions, no collapsing buildings, just crops failing. Water disappearing. Systems breaking quietly. Historically, drought and famine have killed more humans than any other natural disaster combined. Because starvation is invisible until it isn't. Here's the counterintuitive truth. The deadliest disasters aren't natural, they're logistical. Same earthquake, different country, different death toll. Technology doesn't stop disasters. It stops funerals. Early warning systems, urban planning, education, these are the real shock absorbers. Nature only exposes the gaps. So why do disasters feel worse now? Because humanity has grown faster than its caution. More cities on coasts. More megacities on fault lines. More heat, less margin for error. We didn't make nature angrier. We made ourselves fragile. That's the uncomfortable math. The most dangerous moment isn't impact. It's confidence. The belief that it won't happen here. That belief has buried more people than any tsunami ever could. Disasters don't surprise scientists. They surprise societies. Nature doesn't want you dead. It doesn't want anything. But it never forgets the rules, even when we do. And the planet always collects its debt. Stay curious. Stay prepared. Because the most powerful survival tool has never been strength. It's understanding.